Hey everybody, this is Madhav here from the Remote Marketing Podcast. I've got Dustin Howes, who's an affiliate program growth guru, and he's probably taught hundreds of affiliate marketing managers already, and he's led affiliate programs for almost a decade, at companies like WordPress Engine. And so today we're just going to talk about scaling affiliate programs. Really excited to have you on the show, Dustin. How's it going?
Oh, so good. Thanks for having me, man. This is great.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, Dustin, like a quick question. I was going through your course and I was going through your blog and stuff. And so you've been teaching affiliate program for quite a while now. And I'm assuming you've been with companies where sometimes you inherited an affiliate program that was already in place. But was there ever any time where you actually kind of came in and actually set up the affiliate program by yourself?
Oh, absolutely. Coming in hot with those questions. That a baby. I like it. Uh, I do both. I mean, so I run an affiliate marketing consulting agency that
Mm-hmm.
will cater to whatever needs you have. So my biggest passion is teaching affiliate management. And that's what I do on my course on performancemarketingmanager.com. And that's a very easy and cheap way to learn the nuts and bolts of how to run an affiliate program the right way. That's the way I see it, the right way. And that's an easy way for anybody to get a little bit more knowledge about running a program. But if you want me to do the work, I do that too. So I do program launches. I will come in, I will do audits, I will come in and run the program on a consistent basis. It's just catering to the client's needs is what I'm used to. So I have run very big programs like the one at WP Engine
Mm-hmm.
and made that even more successful. But I think my passion is helping the early affiliate programs more than anything, and helping them ramp up as quickly as possible.
That's I mean that's actually perfect fit because that's what I want to chat about, like
Oh yeah.
the early days, right? So I mean let's talk about so you've said you've set up some affiliate programs yourself. Like when kind of when you're kind of setting up an affiliate program, what's your initial thinking behind set it up? You're setting it up, like why the confidence in an affiliate program, from a marketing perspective when you've got SEO, email, all of this, like why like what is the initial thinking behind, like, let's put some money in this?
The initial thinking is there has to be some kind of stability in the business already before an affiliate marketing program is going to work. And what I mean by that is you have all your other main marketing channels already running and efficiently working and converting on your website. So if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have a website that is converting, don't create an affiliate program.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason behind that is affiliates don't want to join a terrible program.
Mm-hmm.
And if your website is not converting at a good tick, standard to an e-commerce store and what it should be, affiliates are going to recognize this, especially good affiliates that have tried to work with bad programs or bad sites that don't convert. They want to know that you know what you're doing. They want to
Mm-hmm.
know that you are out there retargeting customers and hitting them up with email drip campaigns so that their efforts to bring you that traffic are actually going to convert into sales for them and commissions for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe the biggest point there is you should be firing all your social media, all your paid advertisements, your organic should be good, and your conversion rate should be good on your website before you even consider an affiliate program.
All right, that's pretty interesting, right? Like, so never ever start your marketing strategy with an affiliate program. There should be some primary channel first before you can actually use that, but which also makes sense, because you need to have some sort of customer base as such, before you actually convert some of those to affiliates, right? So let's now go to the next step of it, right? Like when someone's kind of figured out, all right, I'm going to create this affiliate program. What are kind of like the baby steps you take to set up the program and kind of get your first set of affiliates?
Sure. So some of the steps. So the program setup, figuring out what network is going to be huge for you. Do you want to make a private network or do you want to make a public network? Like
Mm-hmm.
my go-to choices for a public network are ShareASale. I love using ShareASale. It's easy, it's fast to get launched. But on the other end, if you're going to go the private route, there are a lot of different options to white label an in-house program.
Mm-hmm.
And there's big differences between the two of them. If you go with ShareASale, you get access to tons of different publishers that are already on their network. If you go a white label, it's much cheaper and you don't have to pay a commissioned fee for every transaction that goes through the affiliate channel. But you don't have any access to affiliates. That means you have to do all the
Mm-hmm.
legwork. You have to go out there and get them all in. And so picking the network is big. Another big thing is where you're going to get your first affiliates. And I like to really go out to the customer base. If you're
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with it, getting those customers that already have firsthand experience and bringing them and inviting them into the program. That could be a huge difference. But not a lot of those customers are going to be huge difference makers in the long run. Like
Mm-hmm.
really good affiliates aren't out there using these kinds of products that you're probably doing or creating.
Mm-hmm.
So the bigger affiliates are going to be harder to get in the long run, but you're going to have to, dip your toes with some smaller affiliates before bigger affiliates are going to get wind that this program is actually working.
Got it. Got it. So just to kind of sum this up, right? Like in terms of when you're kind of talking about the first set of affiliates, your best bet is, if you can find some customers that actually have some audience, you go with them first, and then, as you kind of have like an affiliate program where people are actually talking, that, hey, company A's affiliate program review, and then you have those kind of blogs and YouTubes and everything, whatever, is when you can actually start going for the big ones. Is that what you feel in terms of kind of getting the first set of affiliates? That's probably the best opportunity for you.
Yeah, if first impressions are huge. So you want to make sure your affiliate program is tightened up before you go after big fish.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to make sure that you have a very appealing offer to make to big affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to have to go out and figure out what your competitors are giving them before you can give them a very satisfying offer for them to actually switch their traffic from your competitors over to you.
Mm-hmm.
So dipping your toes in the water with some smaller affiliates is an absolutely necessary step in this process. And not a lot of companies like to hear that
Mm-hmm.
because they think a lot of the people that come to me and ask for my help will think that affiliate marketing is just going to be like Facebook campaigns where you can just turn it on and you're just going to pour in sales. And that's just not how it works. This is a
Yeah.
really long game. It takes time. I just went through my last YouTube video is about a 15-step process of bringing in an affiliate and then getting them all the way to sales active. And that is a long process.
Mm-hmm.
And companies, explaining that to companies can be a tough conversation, but recognizing and setting those expectations for my clients that, hey, we're not going to see a lot of growth until you hit about a 6-month mark. But
Yeah,
so don't expect big things in those first couple of months while you're trying to ramp this thing up.
that actually makes sense. Even like, let's actually, kind of talk about like when an affiliate program, is kind of set up. You've got your first set of customers, and usually, from what I've seen, with companies that they were, and I'm especially talking software, B2B SaaS companies and everything, where they'd kind of build up a brand, and then you'd see a lot of customers saying, hey, we're referring you, we want to get paid to refer your product and everything. And then eventually enough requests come in, they're like, all right, let's kind of set up an affiliate program,
Yeah.
and then you kind of go from there. But what's interesting is that you said that there are these big affiliates that you can go after, and there's the small long tail of affiliates, right? And
Hmm.
I think from what I've seen so far is that the top 20% affiliates bring in 80% of the revenue, right? Um, and so, but the problem is that that top 20%, the affiliates that are actually successful, that have hundreds and thousands of visitors coming in, they're super hard to recruit, because
Yeah.
you've got, I mean, they're being reached out to at least 20 companies a day, so why should they choose you over that, right? So walk me through, in the times in the past, where you've gone after like this top 20% of these affiliates, and how do you capture their attention? It's easy if you're a famous company like a Basecamp or something like that, right?
Sure.
But if it's nobody, it's hard, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's a tough battle a lot of the times. And
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely correct. They're getting inundated. Their inbox is just full up of offers and please come join our program. And so you have to be different in some kind of fashion. One of the biggest tips I give in the course is consistency in your initial outreach. So I like to set up drip campaigns, email drip campaigns,
Mm-hmm.
um, that 5 emails long that span across 2 weeks. And within those emails, you have to get the attention of that person to open that email, first of all. But the consistency is really what's going to be the difference maker here, because there's going to be a ton of companies that are going to send out one email and hope that they get an answer back, and then that'll be it. They'll either forget about it or whatever. But if you've got a drip campaign to target somebody and you hit them up 5 times in 2 weeks, there's a much better chance that you're going to get a response. So, that's one of those things that you kind of just develop. Like you
Mm-hmm.
develop a really good pitch to
Mm-hmm.
your affiliates to get their attention. And that just comes with time. And then um, getting a consultant that has a big Rolodex of affiliate names is also a really good key to this concept, because they've already got those established relationships with really established affiliates, so they
Mm-hmm.
can get a hold of them much easier than somebody just starting out and trying to go out there and catch those big fish on a whim.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and so let's kind of talk about like you said, that makes sense, that you've got to kind of reach out. I think when you're kind of approaching top 20% of the affiliates, right? It's almost like enterprise sales, right? You've really got to invest in this relationship, and it's a long process. And you're saying
Hmm.
5 follow-up emails over the course of 2 weeks is what works, right? But what often happens is that you reach out to this big ass affiliate, and you reach out to them whatever 4 or 5 times, and they'd be like, oh yeah, sure, I've heard of your program, all of that, I'll definitely review it, and kind of and I'll see whenever I have some time, I'll include you, right? And then that's it, that's the end of the conversation. It never
Yeah.
happens. They don't ever list you, right? And in those cases, it's kind of like, what do you do then?
You keep poking them. uh, I like to say that you never stop. Once you create a wish list of affiliates that you really want to work with, you never stop trying to get them into your program until they give you a hard no.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them will be polite and just won't get back to you, but you can always set reminders to follow back up with them in a month later. And just that consistency will show them that you are really dedicated to this job and dedicated to helping them make money. And that will resonate with a lot of affiliates when they recognize that a program is run properly and run with love and affection to help the affiliates get paid. They become loyal to that program and that company. So
Hmm.
that's just relationships that you build over the years. And I pride myself in figuring out, who are the people that are going to be that difference maker in a year from now, rather than what's going to happen today. Like a flash in the pan affiliate is not nearly as valuable as somebody that's going to be producing 10 sales a month for the next 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. So I mean, and then when you're especially kind of thinking of acquiring these big people, right? Do you and this might be a stupid question, but I'm really curious to know. Do you go for like a mass campaign, or is the only way to kind of acquire these heavy affiliates is just through personalized outreach for each of them?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. There's two ways to go about it, and I go about both ways. There is a wide net approach where you
Mm-hmm.
build a list uh, of potential affiliates and emails that you can get a hold of, and you can put those in drip campaigns and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I like to call the other thing a wish list. So I put 20 names, 20 websites that I really, really, really want to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all very catered messages
Mm-hmm.
to never stop at approaching these characters, these websites, until I get some kind of answer. And that's going to be tedious with your time, obviously, but it is absolutely worth it, because just getting one of these on the wish list is going to be huge for your program. So those are two different methods, the wide net and the wish list. Those are what I suggest that people create
Mm-hmm.
when they're finally doing the outreach to the big affiliate um, bucket of affiliates out there.
Got it. Got it. So now let's kind of come to the other end, right? So we've talked about the top 20%, the heavy ones, right? Does that mean that we completely ignore that 80% of affiliates, the really long tail, the people that get maybe 10 or 20 customers at max for
Mhm.
you? Should they be completely ignored then?
Ignore it is a terrible way to put it. I like to have a cadence with all the affiliates. So I'll set up newsletters twice a month to let them know, what's the big deal that's going on, and maybe a second email that's like, hey, we're seeing success with this kind of thing. Maybe you should try that out. But that goes out to the masses. Anybody that's joined to the program should be getting that newsletter, and that's how you connect with those long tail affiliates. And every once in a while, every month I'm looking at statistics to see who's coming up in sales. And if I'm seeing an affiliate that was down in this bottom and they've got a spike of sales this last month, I'm going to get a hold of them. Now they've caught my attention. They're on my radar, and they're moving their way up into that 20% that I'm really dedicated to. Um, those are the guys that are the most gratifying as an affiliate manager, because you can bring a guy from who's just doing a couple of sales, and then all of a sudden they have a spike, and you get a hold of them, and then all of a sudden they're taking off and they're in your top 10
Mm-hmm.
affiliates. That makes you look real good as an affiliate manager. And um, it makes me feel good every time I bring somebody from those kinds of depths into this monster affiliate that's making life-changing money all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that you kind of brought up the point of newsletters. Like, what do you really like? Do you just inform them about like product updates, or like commission changes, or like what is in those newsletters every 2 weeks?
Uh, any updates that you have about new landing pages? Any updates you have about coupons that are coming up or that are existing that are are going well, any landing pages that are converting really well, any banners that are converting really well,
Hmm.
just information to to help an affiliate um, make a difference in the program is your biggest win here is getting their attention and getting you to the top of their mind again.
Hmm.
So if you're joined a whole bunch of affiliate programs and you're constantly getting emails, um, people are just going to flip through most of them. But there might be an email that has a title that captures their attention and they open it. And then all of a sudden you're back at the top of their list to build more content about your product. So that constant contact of two newsletters is super helpful to, just wake that affiliate up if they might have been diverting their attention somewhere else.
Very, very, very interesting. This like so so newsletters are obviously a great way to kind of jumpstart or kind of improve the performance of existing affiliates. How do you tackle that as such? So, we've talked about newsletters. What are some other ways that you can improve, use to improve the performance of existing affiliates? And let's kind of bucket these into the top 20% and the other 80%, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
other 80% would be more scalable, improving the performance tactics, while top 20%, I'm guessing, are more one-on-one. Or am I wrong here?
No, totally right. It's too difficult to go on that bottom 80%. It's too difficult to coach all of them to
Hmm.
try to be all stars. So the best you can do is give them information about what's working with your top 20 affiliates. Maybe your top 20% of affiliates don't want their secret sauce explained. So you can never give that kind of detailed explanation, but you can give your bottom tier affiliates, the long tail guys, the uh, the basics of what might be working. Hey, I've seen some great success in pop-ups that are going on that are promoting our brand. Maybe you can try out a pop-up. Here's some products that make good pop-ups and can be helpful to you and making you more commissions. So
Hmm.
making those small suggestions could go a long way with those long tail affiliates and bring them up. And with the bigger guys, they usually know what they're doing, but you can always audit their sites and whatever content that they're creating, offer to uh, help edit any kind of like newsletter that they might be sending out to their lists, and just help them with the sales copy of all of it. Just giving those bigger guys more love and attention is super helpful because they know you have their back and you're looking out for their best interest.
Hmm.
They will come back and you build that loyalty, and they're going to do more for you in the long run. So um, just making those offers, not everybody's going to take you up on it. Really
Yeah.
good affiliates know what they're doing already, so
Hmm.
um, they might not take you up on it, but the offer out there, just put it out there and see what comes back to you most of the time, and you're all good there. Are
Uh,
you dealing with affiliates a lot? What is your interest in this category here?
no, so I mean, at Bonsai, we, so I lead the marketing team at this company called Bonsai, and
Yeah.
we have, a partner program, an affiliate program, and we've got SU, and we've got different things in our unit. So I manage, a lot of these units. So affiliates is something that we've been growing for about 2 or 3 years now. So that's why I have all of these experiences as well, and that's why I just thought
Okay.
that. Um, a lot of these are kind of resonant, like what you just said, right? Like the working with one of these top 20% and everything, right? Like it is, a lot of people just don't respond to your improvements. They never do, they'd be like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, sure, yeah, I'll take your advice, thanks so much, but then nothing, right? But then
Sure.
once in a while, then that makes sense. But one interesting point that there's always that is always worth kind of discussing about these top 20% is that they recommend, let's say this top 20%, let's say recommend about 30 products, right, from different categories. And sometimes there might be there might be a category where they maybe recommend 2 or 3 products, let's say web hosting or an invoicing software or something like that, right? um, have you, like, how do you ever kind of become like their preferred or de facto product recommendation over the others? Is that just purely how much commission they get or what your brand is? Or is there more to it?
Oh, there's so much more to it. I would say, some of the best affiliates that you're going to have in your program are the ones that are completely loyal to your product.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to get offers from other companies that are going to be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the people just trying to throw money at them, either sponsorship money or working off a commission. But they are going to stay loyal to you most likely if that relationship is good, if they know that you're giving them the love and attention. That extra couple of dollars in commission isn't going to weigh on them very much. Of course, you're going to have to continue to give them commission bumps or increases as time goes on and their volume stays high, but that loyalty goes such a long ways in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I can't emphasize that enough. And once you lose that loyalty and they start testing other things out, then it's so much harder to get them back into that game. Now, the best affiliates are the ones that are going with the power of one. Pat Flynn always
Mm-hmm.
emphasizes this: the power of one. Make one good choice of what you suggest and
Mm-hmm.
stick with it. And that's how he lives his life, and that's how the most effective affiliates um, run their programs or get their income. But there are other ways about it. I mean, I suggest that affiliates actually give a top three. Give their customers a top three options, and of course put us at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be a cheaper option or a more expensive option or something that is a better product or a worse product that's cheaper. So having three options up there is actually beneficial to your program because you want to keep that affiliate happy, and you're going to help them see that your conversion rate is higher than those competitors.
Mm-hmm.
If everything's working properly and they're making more money with you, you're going to stay up at the top of that list rather than them making this giant list of potential partners. And that's what you don't want. I'd rather have 3 on that list rather than 10.
Yeah, that makes sense. In terms of, like, let's talk about. I know you've been working with so many programs so far. What do affiliates prefer more? And it's a purely subjective question. I know the answer probably will be it depends, but one-time commissions versus recurring, what's more appealing?
Mm. Such a tough question. I do not like the recurring model for business reasons.
Mm-hmm.
There are companies that will give you a consistent like 30% of every sale. But I don't like that for a company because of the big fact that you're doing all the work to retain that client. That
Mm-hmm.
the affiliate might have put one feeler out there and got a sale for you,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're getting paid 30% for eternity. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not how it should work at all. The company itself is doing all of the retaining of that client with all of their consistent emailing um, and providing good service and good customer support. So if you do go with a recurring statement, cap it off. Let's say 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you 30% for the first 12 months of the life of this
Mm-hmm.
sale, but by any means go with the lifetime. And I prefer going the model of a CPA where it's just one base commission. It's a high payout. It's a number that
Mm-hmm.
affiliates can actually see.
Mm-hmm.
So a $50 payout is going to be eye-opening to an affiliate and might get their attention more than, hey, 30% of every
Yeah.
month, which is going to be like $5 every month. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that will pile up, and maybe if the lifetime value of that customer is really long, they're going to make more money. But $50 is, it can be in your pocket today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a more appealing way to look at things, in my opinion, for the affiliate programs.
That's very interesting.
What's your
I,
thoughts on it? What do you guys do?
yeah, so I mean, like for us, we're kind of 50-50 on that, but we've been very focused towards recurring, So I mean, exactly. I mean, so you've put this thought in my head now, but we've been at 30%, I mean, at 25% commission for like the first year. So we kind of capped it off. And then, I completely agree, sometimes because like our product, bonsai, which is kind of at a price point of about $20, it roughly comes to about whatever 6.8 or something like that. And so for that, if you kind of sell to an affiliate, it's like you're gonna get $600 a month. It's like, FreshBooks gives me, $50 per sign up, and you're like, okay, I mean that's a little hard to match, right? But then when you kind of come to
Yeah.
that one-time commission, that's when things get interesting because as long as they kind of fulfill the requirements in terms of geography, that, oh, if it's a click from the US, if it's a sign up from the US, you'd get $50 because just based on economics and everything,
Hmm.
then it starts making sense, right? But really the difficult bit is to identify what that what that number is, um and that's the key bit I
Right.
feel.
Yeah, and it's hard to, work with your marketing team to come to that conclusion. Like, what's going to be beneficial for our company in the long run? What kind of commission can we actually afford to give out? We've
Hmm.
got to be super competitive in our field because some of the competitors are paying double what we are.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that's a battle to get that kind of commission rate approved, right? But
Hmm.
if the lifetime value of those customers are there, maybe it is worth it. So uh, I mean, a lot of numbers crunching. I'm sure you're very familiar with this, of like, what's the absolute maximum we can give out for commission? Let's figure this out for our big guys.
Oh my God, you are absolutely revealing our boardroom secrets. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, exactly. We have those kind of conversations. It seems like, um, but it's interesting, right? Like, I mean, so you've seen all of this, and it's almost like, no, it's just us. It's not, but it's with everybody. So like, let's kind of talk about scale now. You've scaled programs, obviously. I was
Yeah,
looking, so I looked at your LinkedIn. Let's take for example WordPress and WP Engine, right?
WP Engine. Yeah.
Yeah. 60% year-on-year growth of affiliate channel for 3 consecutive years. Wow. Like, how did that happen?
Well, it's a mess of, it's just a perfect storm, honestly. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't attribute to everything that I've done, but like jumped into that program. First thing I did was audit everything.
Mm-hmm.
So audit the entire program and get the riffraff out. Because every program that I audit, I'm going to run into some affiliates that should not be being
Coupon
paid.
sites. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not going to dive into all of that, but
Yeah.
uh, uh, out of respect to coupon sites that bring some kind of value to some programs, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go down that route. But yeah, there are sites that might have been sneaking around a locking period. So maybe the locking period is 30 days, but your money back guarantee is 45, and affiliates figured out that they can get paid after 30,
Mm-hmm.
cancel the account on day 35, and rake in this commission. And
Mm-hmm.
if there are holes in your programs, loopholes, good like fraudulent affiliates will find those, and they will just tear it apart. So the first thing I did coming to WP Engine, audit the program, get all that riffraff out, and now we have a new baseline.
Mm.
So the coupon sites gone. Like
Mm-hmm.
um, I run every program that I do without coupon sites, and why I do that is I don't want somebody stealing that last click that's not bringing a lot of real value to the
Mm-hmm.
program and to our product. And the second reason behind that is I don't want the affiliates that actually do bring us value to be punished by a coupon site that just stole that last click.
Mm-hmm.
And so I run clean programs without coupon sites for the most part. You know, every client's going to be different. Every client's going to want some coupon sites.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, we'll go with it. This is your company and whatnot. But that's kind of my stance. So with WP Engine, cleared it out. And then we started finding the bigger players. So we
Mm-hmm.
went out and made that wish list, and then I stopped at nothing to get a hold of them, get them in the program, and then start building that relationship, and then rinse and repeat this over and over again. And affiliate marketing is just a snowball effect. So once you recruit 10 affiliates this month, those start making 10 sales a month, and then you recruit another 10 this next
Mm-hmm.
month, and they start recruiting 10 sales a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now this snowball is just building up and coming down that hill, and now your program is just growing on itself, and bigger because of the legwork you've done months and years previous.
Interesting. So, I mean, so you're saying that there would, I mean, obviously there's always some kind of outreach going on, but there comes a time where once you have enough of a base of affiliates, there's a lot of organic activity that kind of just keeps this like a loop, like a growing engine. Um, is that it?
Wait, what was the question?
No, I was just saying that, yeah, so like, with any affiliate program, right? Like there's always some amount of cold outreach that's happening, right? But what I was
Sure.
interested to know was that with like, how you're explaining WP Engine, right? Um, you guys grew to, I can see here, like 22,000 plus active affiliates, right? Through, through whatever ways and everything, right? But you're saying that, once you kind of develop such a wide base of affiliates, a lot of the next phase of growth kind of comes organically. People just, there are so many affiliates that are promoting your program, and then
Yeah.
you get customers, and then maybe 5% of those again become affiliates. And it's almost like a cycle, like you said, the snowball effect that's happening.
Hmm.
And so it's really
Yeah.
just, so an affiliate program should probably aim to kind of get to that place. Like obviously it's an ever evolving place, but um that's how it goes, right?
Hold on real quick. Come here, sweetie. What happened? Did the tooth fairy come? Your first tooth fairy? Good job. She brought you money? Good. Can you go tell mommy?
I don't.
What's the matter? Well, she's sleeping. Sorry,
Oh, she's
man.
such, oh, that's absolutely fine. Such a sweet.
Yeah, the first tooth she lost yesterday. So tooth fairy came this morning, and she was excited. So
Congratulations on
um,
that then.
yeah, thanks. Another
Okay.
milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting back into it. So we've got WP Engine. So like I was saying, it's like a perfect storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did the audit, we get the baseline. WP Engine is an amazing product. So it's not an easy sell, but for people that are going to that next level and need a better hosting solution, WP Engine is a fantastic solution. And on top of that, they pay $200, which is like way above any industry standard for hosting.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put that number in front of affiliates, it'll get their attention. And
Mm-hmm.
so the conversion rate was great. I mean, our marketing team was outstanding at tweaking and getting that conversion rate up. We would give good affiliates co-branded landing pages to help that conversion rate. So putting all these things together is what really builds those programs. But
Mm-hmm.
nothing talks better than money. Nothing gets more attention to affiliates than a big old payout, and WP Engine was no exception there.
Oh yeah. Um, that's pretty amazing, right? 22,000 active affiliates is crazy for an affiliate program, right? Like so, again, like coming back to the topic of scale, right? Like how do you acquire these qualified affiliates at scale? Once the program picks up, you've obviously fixed the things that are there. Now, how do you get to such a large and I'm assuming 22,000 isn't like those 22,000 high impact, super high audience ones. It's a lot of these long tail affiliates. So
Oh,
where's
absolutely.
so what's your like? How do you approach this? How do you kind of build this really long, really high number of long tail affiliates? What's your approach there to acquire these qualified affiliates at scale?
Yeah. Well, it could have easily been 100,000 affiliates, but you filter out the bad ones through applications. But
Mm-hmm.
once a program gets going and gets attention, and there is people get wind of $200 payouts, and their EPC is just super high.
Mm-hmm.
Their earnings per click is super high. Um, People will come running to this program, and sometimes we'd get 20 to 50 applications a day to have to go through. So the program just built on itself, it on its own merit. That EPC, getting that EPC up in the program is super appealing to affiliates that are on a network. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
on Share Sale and you're an affiliate, you can filter out things by how earnings per click,
Mm-hmm.
and those programs that are at the top are appealing. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're the top hosting provider affiliate program with the highest EPC, people are going to come and join that program. So um, that is a big win. If you can make your affiliate program stand out on a network, that can be a big difference maker on how many applications and how much attention you're going to get from affiliates that are on that platform.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. And then I think it also kind of, again, kind of coming back to the theme of scale, right? Like when you, let's say, for example, you kind of come to an affiliate program, and you've kind of reached a point where, all right, there's a big affiliate program bringing in like maybe single digit or double digit percentage in your total company revenue, right? So how do you kind of scale an affiliate program in terms of team? Like I can see here that you used to manage a team of 4 dedicated affiliate managers, right? So what does a team, an affiliate program management team, of one plus many look like? And what do you guys do there?
Well, it starts with somebody that can run a team like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
you've got to have
Yeah.
good management skills. A good affiliate manager that's knowing how to grow an affiliate program is also going to be a good manager of people that can uh, help out with the efforts
Mm-hmm.
that um, throughout for the program. I myself, you have to know your limits and your strengths more than anything. So if you hire somebody that's running a program that's really good with relationships, that's me. I'm the relationships guy. But analytically wise, spreadsheet wise, I'm not nearly as strong as some of my counterparts, and those are the ones that you want to hire next, so that you can have somebody with good analytic skills and a good eye for that to complement you, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys can work as a team in that kind of aspect. So hiring the second affiliate manager that is going to complement the weaknesses that you have in your game is super key. Um, and after that, that next person is going to be the one that you're going to train for like pure outreach, getting feet in the door. You want them to get as many emails out to the world as possible. The thing you lose the most time on as an affiliate manager is when this program grows, you're spending so much time with all of these bigger affiliates and answering questions and supporting them. Now you've lost all that time that you used to have dedicated to prospecting and getting more emails out. That's where you could really use the help. Somebody that's coming in fresh to the company and they don't have a full inbox. And so now let's fill that inbox up with responses from all these prospecting efforts. And that's how I would continue to scale that program. So number 3, 4, and 5 are all guys that are going out into the world trying to get new blood into the program.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so 3 quick questions and then we'll close off. One,
Sure.
what's the, there are obviously, lots of important KPIs that you can kind of track, for an affiliate program. Number 1 being what's the revenue you're getting from affiliates, right? But what's an important KPI, like the super important KPI, outside of this revenue from affiliates that a lot of people kind of miss, or something that you feel is super important to make your affiliate program successful?
It's hard to quantify relationships and loyalty. I think this is one of the biggest hurdles affiliate managers face is quantifying where their time is spent. Because people, the executives, they're going to see that, hey, this program is growing, but why isn't it growing more? Everybody's always going to want more and more and more, no matter how fast you grow. And they don't realize what's going on behind the scenes on how much love you have to give each individual affiliate. And if you don't give that love to the affiliate, you're going to lose their loyalty. And then all of a sudden, all of their sales stop. And if you lose a big affiliate, that can be disastrous to your program, especially the growth. So the hardest KPI to recognize is the loyalty and relationships that you're building with these affiliates. I mean, they're the absolute difference makers in these programs. So not every executive is going to understand that. And it's really hard to articulate that concept. But if you can, if you have somebody above you that understands the power of those relationships, then your life and job is so much easier.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think, for these relationships, it's super hard to quantify. And you're so right. Everyone's like, man, it's not like, why are you guys not growing the program? And this person's kind of sitting on calls with this person. Completely agree on that. All right. So second question, if, who would be a great person, who's one person that you really admire, an affiliate marketer, an affiliate marketing manager, that'd be a great fit on this podcast?
I mean, I have a ton of industry friends in this thing. One guy that comes to mind is Wade Tompkins over at Fanatics. He's he loves talking. He loves this industry, and he loves nerding out on things like that. He's great. Great personality as well. In the SaaS industry, can't think of. I mean, maybe some agencies out there would enjoy talking to you more on this kind of thing. But yeah, Wade's the first guy that comes to mind when I think of it.
Awesome. All right. And then if listeners wanted to kind of follow your work or contact you directly, how can they do that? And what's next for you?
I am super easy to find. You go to dustinhowes.com/free. I have a ton of free resources, things that we've been going over today, I go over in detail,
Mm-hmm.
and those free resources can be helpful to you. Sign up for my email newsletter, and you'll get free resources to all the things we're basically talking about today. So that's the easiest way to find me, dustinhowes.com/free.
Got it. Okay, perfect.